You are tuned in to IBO, inspired by Onika, speaking on life and inspiring people. Welcome to episode 5. It's titled When You Feel Small. So, you know those times when you may do or say something that's out of character? What do you do to correct it? Or do you just let it go? Now, I know that we're human and sometimes we make mistakes, but it is very important that if you do something out of character, that you apologize. I mean, why not? Let's just make it right. Because I don't always know why we do it, but sometimes you may feel a certain way and you may do something or say something, and then, immediately after you say to yourself, well, that was uncalled for. I didn't have to say that. That was unnecessary. Why did I do that? And it happens at times. So, my question is, what do you do? Do you correct it or do you just let it go? I mean, my thing is, if you have the opportunity to correct it and you have the opportunity to apologize to that person, why not do it? I mean, don't just assume that the person knows that you're sorry and that you didn't mean it. I mean, no one is a mind reader, so people are not going to know what you're thinking or how you feel. Even if it's someone that you interact with on a daily basis, sure, they may know your personality, but they don't know why you lashed out, why you said what you said, or why you did what you did. They're not going to know that you didn't mean it. So, you have to sometimes just make a conscious decision that, okay, I was wrong. Let me admit it. And I know apologizing and saying sorry, that's not always an easy thing to do. That's probably one of the hardest things to do. But when you admit that you're wrong, it shows your level of maturity, and, at least you let that person know that you're not just being a jerk and that, you apologize to them. I think it just, it helps both parties or, all parties involved. It just helps that kind of situation. But the one thing I will say is that if you have the opportunity to apologize and you don't, that's all right, because that guilt and your conscience, they're going to work as magic on you. I'm telling you, that guilt, because you're going to be still thinking about it, and that guilt is going to work its magic. And if you feel like you're too big, you don't want to say sorry, you don't want to apologize, then that's on you. But if you have the opportunity, please do make that apology. And, I mean, it doesn't cost anything. Life is short, people, so why not apologize if you have done something or said something to offend someone? Why not do that? So, has there been a time when this has happened to you, when you felt small for saying something to someone and they didn't deserve it, or doing something to someone and they didn't deserve it? What did you do about it? Did you let it go? Did you go back and apologize? And if you didn't apologize, did it affect you later? Did you think about it later? Or was it just no big deal? All I'm saying is if you have the opportunity, just go back and say you're sorry. Just say you're sorry. And the thing is, it helps us out as well that when you do apologize to people, it's just good for us to admit and apologize for our misdeeds, no matter how big or how small they are. That there's nothing wrong with doing that. And just a side note, saying my bad, that's not an apology. My bad, all that is just an admission that you messed up. But it doesn't show that you feel any remorse for what you said or you did that was wrong. So just skip that, save that for later. We not doing that, okay? Saying my bad is definitely not an apology. At least it's not a good one, put it that way. So again, I just want you all to just, if there's a situation when you felt small because you did something out of pocket or you said something out of pocket, what did you do to correct it? But just know that if you do have that opportunity, just say you're sorry. Just admit that you were wrong, and it's okay. for us to admit that, because again, that shows your level of maturity, and that person knows that you're genuine and that you really didn't mean to be petty, or whatever it is, you were feeling some kind of way, you didn't have a good day. I mean, we all have our days. There's nothing wrong with that. And we all understand. But again, life is short. So why not? When you feel small and you did something wrong, just apologize and make it right. But what are your thoughts on it? Let me know. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about it. So, anyway, I want to thank you all for tuning in today, and I will be back with more episodes. Stay well and be blessed. Until next time.